All right. Welcome to International Podcast. Below the belt, who vex lose? Who vex? How you all doing, good people? How are you folks doing? Do let us know how you guys are doing. We're really privileged to have each and every one of you here with us. Good to have you. See, Lena Williams is here, and once Lena Williams is here, Lynn Fernandez is not too far behind. Jacqueline Ward is here too. Paula Mattis, Edward Gonzalez from the Bronx is here. Pamela Sanchari, Patricia Astan is here. Marcia Wiles, too. Penelope Howard is here. Shirley Crichton and Irwin Don Cook. Ingrid Carter Truth. What a strong name. Ingrid Carter Truth is here with us. Good to have you, Ingrid, and all the other folks joining us. Welcome, good people. Welcome to each and every one of you. Really glad that you guys are here. You all know once it's Friday, the mic is open, the mic is yours. Anything on your mind, folks, rock and come in with a voice note. I might be joined by a special guest or two. Good to have you, folks. Good to have you, folks. Good to have you, good people. Good to have you, good people. Good to have you, good folks, with us. And we are happy that you folks are here. Share the live, smash that emoji button for us. Please and thank you. Smash that emoji button for us, good folks. Smash that emoji button for us. We not say much. Are we? Yes, we not say much, good people. Smash that emoji button for us and let's get on with it. Let's get on with it, folks. Let's get on with it. Good to have you here. Please and thank you. Share the live, smash that emoji button, and partner with us as well. Good to have all of you wonderful folks who are joining us today. So privileged you guys are here. So privileged you guys are here. Pace and power, guys. Pace and power. How has the week been? How has the week been? Please do let us know. How has your week been, good people? What's for lunch too? Well, a couple things we ask here. Nothing much. How are you good folks doing? Really happy that so many of you guys have joined us. Tremendously privileged that you guys have joined us. Welcome below the belt, folks. Welcome below the belt. Who vex lose? Who vex? How are you folks doing out there? Rock and come in with those voice notes, my people. Rock to the come in. Who we got today? Winston Henry, is that you out there? Penelope Howard, is that you out there? Are we crystal clear, folks? Claudette Donovan Lewis, you can hear us good. Alex Boom and Persis Wilson. Penelope Howard, good to have you here. And Gwen Anderson. Alana Tang is here. Alana Tang is great here. Alana says her week was great. But you know, Alana, we want the details. We want the details. Alana. Margaret Nelson. Margaret, how are you doing now? Margaret, how are you doing, Margaret? How are you doing? Guys, let us know if you're hearing us loud and clear. Pace and pa. Guys, great to have you here. Great to have you here. So glad you folks have joined us. You've done the right thing. I don't know how to tell you before, but you've actually done the right thing. You've done the right thing. Good to have you here, good people. Good to have you here. Right. Good to have you here. Claire Alexis Chomley Richmond is here. And I think I have someone special. You might be happy having this person. I don't know. Might be just me. You might be happy to have this star in our constellation, this bright, bright star in our constellation. The personnel bother some every now and again, but generally is a bright star in the constellation. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yep. The bright star in the constellation. Moderation every now and again. Lynn Finance, pace and power. I ain't tell you, man. If Lena is here, Lena Williams, Lynn Finance is not too far behind. Lynn Finance on the live. Lynn Finance on the live. Folks, let me share an ailment that I have. You know, since I touched the last age, like everything is all downhill. You know, everything can't get out. I think I cut my heel on a piece of glass a little while ago, but it doesn't seem to be healing. My heel doesn't seem to be healing. I mean, I'm always in a socks and so on. I've never not worn a sneaker without the socks, or a shoe without the socks. And I don't know if that's part of it, but I love your advice. A little glass, one of those little, what do you call it? Candles, scented candles that comes in the glass thingies. It fell and broke, and I thought I'd clean up all of it. A little piece kind of pricked my heel, and it just would not heal. I wasn't paying it any mind, but I realized it's a couple of days now. It's a couple of days now, right? And a lot of the concoctions y'all give me for the cough seem to have worked. I don't know it's which one. I try everything. Something worked. So I don't know. I know y'all got your own little remedies. All little remedies. I'd be happy to hear what you'd prescribe. My doctors out there. I'm eager to hear what you folks would prescribe. Very, very eager. And once my guest is ready, if my guest gives me an indication, I'm going to introduce my guest, who's going to be helping me through some of the voice notes today. I'm going to let the guest do all of the work. And this guest 2 times got to fall in and whole strain, and they said, oh, y'all like how volunteering people. Just like that, we're doing it. Just so. Once my guest say, are ready? Is Rock and come in. Rock and come in. Guys, how you all doing out there now, man? Tell me something now. Right? Come on, say something nice to me. You know I love you. And I need you, and no one else will do. That sounds a little nice. You probably make a little song. Folks, I am privileged. I am superbly privileged to have with me today as my guest, the one and only, discussing every now and again, but for the most part, very, very up and up, decent. Folks, I have the privilege of sharing this afternoon's podcast with the one and only Amanza Walton Desir, the Shadow Minister for International Corporation, Foreign Affairs and International Corporation. Privilege, the one and only Amanza Walton Desir, and the host of our morning program, FYI. For information, the one and only, the single Amanza Walton Desir. Amanza, are you there? All right, Amanza, you're not coming through to my headphone, and I got a problem with that. Hold for me. Folks, can you hear Amanza? Let me know if you're hearing Amanza. I don't like the fact I'm not hearing Amanza in my headphone. Give me a second. Let me see if I can change that. All right. Amanza, are you there? I want her to be coming through my headphones. Let me see. Hold strain, folks. Hold strain. 1 sec. Yep. Got you. Folks, can you hear my guess?
Are you telling the people that I did something?
Can you hear my guess now, folks? Hold on. Go right ahead, Amanza. Let me test and see. This thing not the top.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Go right ahead, Amanza.
We out here. I'm speaking all the time. Are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you. Yes, they said they hear you now loud and clear.
Awesome.
Good thing we solved that early. Somebody said, no, I can't hear. So, he said, Little Jacob says, yes, we hear it. Good, good, good. Folks, so privileged to have Amansa with us. And we want to hear from you guys. We want to hear from you guys. Amansa going to be taking most. Oh my God. Somebody sent me a voice note here for 10 minutes, 40 seconds. Folks, that's the whole program. 10 minutes, 40 seconds. We always say, keep it under 2 minutes, guys.
That's a bit lengthy.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a
You
bit
could do a whole
lengthy.
podcast in 10 minutes, 40 seconds. Right? So if you could boil that down for us to under 2 minutes, I'd be happy. But I don't intend to be listening to anybody for 10 minutes right now. But we got a man, so Walton Desire with us. Not so. Wrong bank. Wrong bank, people. Reverse that. Amansa, how are you doing? I know you're a little tired. You had a long day yesterday, but you're a true patriot, true fighter. Still out here warring. You went home about 3 o'clock this morning. You know.
We're good.
So
We're good. I'm doing all right. You know, these are some extraordinary times we're living in.
Yes,
and
they are.
so extraordinary effort. We really have to, really have to get this government to sit down to look at some solutions to ease the cost of living woes that the people are facing. You know, so we have to do what we have to do.
Amansa, I was distracted there for a second. I had a knock on the door. Distracted there for a second. But I have no doubt you made sense to the folks. I have to speed up there. You know, trying times. Trying time. I'm not one of the wayward children to step in.
I was making the point that these are extraordinary times, and so it costs extraordinary effort, and we have to do our best to get the government to come to the table to deliver some relief for the people of Guyana. Times are tough. Times are really tough. You know, and since yesterday, my inbox has been inundated with just people needing help and asking, you know, where can they turn to?
Yeah. We get lots of that. Lots and lots of that. Where can we turn? We need this. We need X. We need Y. We need Z. Oh, but there's such a prophecy of leadership. There's such a prophecy of leadership.
Yep, and you know, and people are feeling it, and like we've been saying all day. I said it, Loretta said it. What are you doing for the people of Guyana? We keep saying, and they keep making the excuse, oh, there are hard times all over the world, But like I pointed out yesterday, Guyana is not unique. We're not the only country facing the crises, but other leaders are stepping up to the plate and delivering for their people. Our government, our administration that is in office right now, the PPPC administration, is doing nothing. And they seem to be okay with not doing anything.
Yeah, that's the sad part. That right there is a really sad. That is a really sad part there. They seem comfortable. They're doing absolutely nothing. Very comfortable doing absolutely nothing. Amanda, how was the day yesterday? You know, what is your take on the National Assembly and what took place there? Just give us a quick synopsis. And while you do that, I can hear you, but I'm going to change my mic so I can bring my other guest in, the other wayward daughter who just stepped in the studio.
Well, yesterday was very eventful, and I really want to ask every Guyanese who is interested in understanding exactly where this government's head is as it relates to the people of Guyana, that they go and really was an abysmal display by the government to attempt to divert attention from the fact that they are simply not interested in helping Guyanese. They're only interested in helping themselves, their friends, their cronies, you know, people like Sue who get all of the support. Meanwhile, all people are lining up for sugar.
Correct.
Lining Sue gets everything. To be able to buy sugar.
Sue gets everything. Sue gets everything. Folks, let me know if you can hear me again. and I want to invite my guests. They don't leave. They host the morning program and then they come back. I have with me Judy Finance, the one and only, the shadow Minister for Finance. Frida.
Hi, hello, Jared. Hello, man. So what's going on? Can you
You're
guys hear me
Yeah,
back,
what's
clearly?
you're
up?
back.
What's up? We good. We hanging in here.
Folks, let me know if you can hear Judah.
Let me know if you can hear me, guys. What's going on at your end? I am here in the studio. I'm a bit late for class. Go to the back of the
Yeah,
class.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're gonna buy lunch. You're gonna buy lunch for that. Folks, let me know if you're hearing Judah, and then we're gonna head into some of the podcasts. Let me know if you can hear Judah.
Let me know if you.
Yeah, I can
if
see
you're
some
here.
folks as
I
loud and
see.
clear.
Okay, great.
We like that.
Leslyn, thank you so much, Hamilton.
Yeah, I see one of my favorite persons already stepped up to the mic,
Who is that?
and I want to hear from her. All right.
Rhonda.
Well, when I call the name, you're gonna.
Apologies.
You gotta buy lunch 2 days, folks. Let's take one of our contributors, and then we come back to my great co-host. Says
With the Z.
the English failing me. The maths, the tackling the man last time, but the English failing me today.
Hey, we need help.
Help! England frog, help! Sorry.
Good afternoon, everyone. Sherrod, I noticed I was just running through Facebook and I came upon this thing with the proposed visit of the installed regime to New York, to USA. Now the people who they wanted to go and meet are a set of black congressmen and women, and they have all rejected and will not be hosting them. They even mention about the racist behavior, the extrajudicial killings, and the Sugate review. Now, lots of people saying that America ain't doing nothing. But I want them to tell me what more do they need. And people have got to understand that in order, America don't work like how Guyana does work. When they throw something out there, it has got to be credible.
Yeah.
Another small point. Now with these hotels that are going up nilly-willy in Guyana, Guyana, as we all know, is a crime-riddled country. And to the behavior of the installed regime, do they think that people will come to Guyana to be robbed? Because they show pictures of people being robbed. And to sit in a dirty country, I don't care if you have vex like Georgetown, to watch around the filthiness of the environs, because the installed regime refused to employ the people with the know-how. That's the mayor and city council and other environmental sanitation groups to clean up the thing. Do they think people want to come to a country when they come out there with a well manicured feet that I gotta go back and scrub it off with riot brush? Guyana think again. And when you have a lot of hotels, you don't know who is coming to stay in your hotels. And don't mean that prostitution and human trafficking will be on the increase. And the people will go, not for all black people like me and a lot of black people, Africans like us. They will go for those who look close to them. So you know who is going to be destroyed in the sex trade. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Rhonda, for coming through. Thanks, Rhonda. Amongst international relations is more your thing. Go right ahead.
It is important that we pay attention to what Rhonda said. And we know that there's a visit upcoming. It's public information, and I would encourage all of the people in the diaspora who have an interest and a genuine interest in what is going on back home to contact their representatives and let them know what is going on in Guyana, and let them know that they should not be used for any photo opportunity
Correct.
with a government that is clearly bent on just enriching itself. The vice president is caught up in this Sugate scandal and believes that he can, just prance around and it'll be business as usual.
Can be.
In those countries, it doesn't operate like that. And in any decent democracy, he would have stepped aside and would have allowed for an investigation to exonerate him. But this is Guyana, and the PPPC have relegated it into a cowboy country. So Jack Dio can go run around and do what he feels he wants to do. And he does not feel as though he will be held accountable. He does not believe that, anybody will bail the cat. And the people of Guyana, nobody else can show Jack Dio otherwise. It's the people of Guyana that will have to do it. Nobody else will be able to do it. And the point that she makes about the hotels that are going up is very, very important. I want to point out to our people though, that not because sod turned me in a building going there, there's so many more steps between the turning of the sod and an actual building being constructed. So let's not be fooled. But it also emphasizes very clearly where the focus of Irfan Ali and his band of merry men, where their focus is. Bricks and mortar. Bricks and mortar, and not on making sure that the poor Guyanese, the average working class Guyanese, is able to feed their family. And that is what all of this is showing. And so they're coming up with the most ludicrous of distractions. But the people of Guyana know, and they are smart, and they understand that this government simply only cares about filling the pockets of their friends and their family, whilst the rest of us starve.
Thanks, Amanda. Judy can jump in anywhere. We can take another contributor.
I think you should take the contributor. I think Amanza wrapped that up really,
Yeah.
really well.
Folks, we aren't taking any calls. Send us a voice note, please.
Hey, good afternoon, Cheryl and team.
Good afternoon, William.
Two things. With respect to Gaisuku, these people, the government, the PPP regime, will not close Gaisuku down. Gaisuku is that black hole, that sinkhole in which monies go into and you see nothing coming out at the other end. Gaisuku is their cash cow. This is where they put the money in and they're able to steal the money. The second thing is, we see the demonstrations in Suriname, we see the demonstrations in Sri Lanka. But there's a difference. With respect to Suriname, culture is all that matters. Irrespective of Suriname being an Adventist, a Pentecostal, whatever he is, culture is what matters. In Guyana, you have people who are Adventist, Pentecostal, and all of these things, and they don't have a cultural identity. They're going to tell you, oh, this is devil worship and this is all kind of foolishness, and they will not follow their culture. You find black Guyanese dress up on Indian Arrival Day, playing Pagua and doing all sorts of things. You go to Suriname, see how many black people would ever go and throw Pagua and play Pagua. They stick to their culture. Culture is the glue that holds the society together, and we, as blacks in Guyana, do not have a cultural identity.
Thanks for that. Interesting point of view, insightful to say the least. And we're going to take another one, and then we can weigh in. Another contributor, that is.
Good day, folks, and good day to the rest of Guyana that you're listening.
Good day.
Go ahead. I really did enjoy yesterday's debate, but I realized that most of the government side, they were straying from whatever.
Always.
Were the actual point of what they were actually debating.
Trudy says they're out of timing.
And I somehow wonder, um, why is it that we think about certain things as, for example, it was like a children debate. It was all off course, all off point, all lies. It is something. It was like a backyard neighborhood views out, and I couldn't understand the fact of why, not why, but now I understand why it should be shown to Guyanese public as to the people who are handling our affairs, how it really be handled, because I think some grade six students could have done better than that. And that is one. I can also see the biasness in the speaker.
Oh
Like
yes.
that is blatant.
Oh
It
yes.
was blatant to me, the biasness.
Oh
I
yes.
also see like the minister of works. I just couldn't
Wanna
understand.
chill.
He like they didn't feed him like a angry like a hungry man, an angry man came out there to do his
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
But I must compliment the government side, and because I remember when I first went into the workforce, I couldn't understand why is it that I have to work all 3 months. I have to work all 3 months before they give me my first salary. That is upper crap. It only happens in Guyana because I worked 2 days overseas, 2 days before the payday, and that was once the cutoff time, the Wednesday you would have worked, and so it comes over to the next week, and you start getting paid quickly. And last but not least, the biggest lie that we don't have sugar. Just the other day I was paying $60 a pound for sugar. Now we have to be rushing and pushing for sugar again, and they may want to make a comparison of in the 80s when we had to line up for certain things. But if you really check back who had really understood the 80s, they were sanctions against Guyana, and that's why the president said we should have eat what we produce. But it was never a rush for things that were being produced in Guyana. It was never a rush for that. That is, I don't understand. Why is it that flour is more expensive than sugar when sugar is produced right here? Why don't we stop fooling the people? Or why doesn't Guyanese open their eyes and see that it's all a con, and it's all stupidity? I can tell you one thing for sure. If I could have seen the future and a pig decide to sit in the state house and say that he's president and I know he's going to do better, I vote for him.
We hear you. We hear you. We hear you. Ladies, over to you. Amanzi, you want to take a stab at that?
I think I
Freedom?
think
Yep.
he meant kudos to the opposition because it is the opposition that brought the motion and
Correct.
not
Correct.
not
Correct.
the government. But he's also right in the sense that it's really ludicrous, and we have to do better in terms of helping our people to be paid on time. The biasness of the speaker, I think that the entire Guyana is aware. All that the speaker is doing is confirming and providing more evidence that will be used against him later. That is all he's doing. So let him keep demonstrating to Guyanese that he's incapable of being fair. I mean, the order that my mic be muted,
It's wicked.
he did not even order that I sit. He ordered that my mic be muted. And if that is not just a symbol or symbolism of the muting of people's voices, I don't know what is. In the parliament, the word parliament comes from the word parler, to speak. It is to parliament that you must go to speak about the people's concerns. And the speaker is saying to his technical people, turn off her mic. I don't know. We as a people have to do the demanding of better.
Mhm. I think for me to add anything there, I want to say that the contributor there was absolutely Correct. And I encourage persons to continue to join the broadcast of these debates because you will see for yourselves what the
Folks, we're not
members,
taking any calls. We
yeah,
beg of you.
you will see for yourself what the members of the PPP come to the house and present as their position. You will see how they come and literally just come to have a custom of everything other than the real issues that are affecting Guyanese, and that's what we saw yesterday.
No cogent arguments. It's like they just walk out of their office, they come and they talk.
I was,
Folks, we're not taking any calls.
one of the things that I took particular interest in is the fact that the subject minister, Sonia Parag, had absolutely no argument to put forward when it comes to that motion that public servants be paid at the end of their first month and not have them had to go through that 3 month period of wait. She had no argument to that. It was so bad, as the minister, the subject minister,
Mm-hmm.
that she could not come and actually utilize that prerogative that says you can respond as a government minister. And Ashni Singh had to struggle to pick up some pieces because she did not understand her own
She didn't
ministry's
understand the assignment.
function. So she could not come and respond.
She didn't understand the assignment. Yes, sir.
What do you go and say? And I think Mr. Aubrey Norton put it over so nicely in his presentation when he said, show your competence. Show that you're competent. If and pay the people within 1 month. Don't show that you're incompetent, that you can't get this thing done. Show that
Yeah.
you're competent and pay the people after 1 month. All of them, they're saying that the economy is in such a bad state because everywhere in the world, and yet they are refusing to pay public servants at the end of the first month, new public servants. And the fact that they went on and on about, having within a reasonable time, I think it's an insult to Guyanese all over. And like I said on this morning's program, reasonable time that may make it worse because what's reasonable to me may not be
Yeah.
reasonable to you.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
reasonable in one
Yeah.
agency may be 4 months now.
Yeah. It's subjective.
It's
Very much so.
extremely subjective.
Let's take some of the contributions and win.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sherrod Duncan MP, Jaretta
Good afternoon.
MP, and MP
Walton Desir.
Attorney at Law Amanza Desir. Yes. The question for Sister Amanza: if you have the time, if you could take a brief, give us a brief rundown on at least two of the points that Justice Jamana had made with regards to Article 163. He was saying that he was asking Anil whether or not he saw that there was a pathway for an appeals. I think Sherrod had did a podcast on that. And how do you see the issue of powers? There is an issue raised in the hearing about powers being granted to the Guyana judiciary. So how do you see those powers in terms of finding a pathway for an appeals in the CCJ as we're currently discussing? Thank you, Amanta. Thank you all. Great show.
All right. So we have that. Thanks, my brother, with that one, and we have also we can take another one. We can try to take them together. Forgive me if we may have heard this one before.
Good day, folks, and good day to the rest of Guyana that are listening. I really did enjoy yesterday's debate, but I realized that I had most of the government side they were straying from
Yeah, I
what
think we heard that one
had this
before.
Apologies there, folks. We got so many coming in. We're just trying to do it in a systematic way.
Sherrod, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I am just calling to make this complaint because I don't really please or like what's going on.
Tell us.
Right?
Tell us.
The other, yesterday, in fact, I went to buy ration. Only 2 pounds of sugar I have. I got. This is number one. Number two, I work with the security service.
Uh-huh.
They are not paying the rate that the government proposed to pay. They are still paying what they feel to pay. It's $255.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. We're going to try to answer as many of these as possible, or give a response or make a comment. We still got that Jamadar one outstanding. We're gonna leave the one for Manzo. I should be able to answer fuller in another podcast. But that being said, we want to
Sure,
take
that's exactly what I was thinking, because it is such an intricate matter that I think we
yes,
need to dedicate an entire
yes.
podcast
But I don't
to
disagree with the
answering
reasoning
it.
of Justice Jamadar, Peter Jamadar. This is pertaining to the
No,
elections petitions case, because again
precisely.
he was laying out his thought process, and again the Attorney General and others were making the contention that an appeal does not lie in this matter here, but he ended up contradicting himself when
He
he
ended up
referred to some
contradicting
UK
himself.
legislation and all of that, some UK
Right.
authorities and all of that, right? So
Exactly.
I think that one,
Exactly.
is ipso facto, in a kind of way. In
And
a kind
I
of,
think we will do it greater justice
yeah,
by dedicating an entire podcast
correct,
just to being able to simplify it, because not
correct,
everybody
correct,
their legal minds, and to help our people to understand exactly what is it that the judges talked about. We say informed citizens make informed decisions. So I would love to be able for us to do it when we can give the whole hour
correct,
to probably answering questions from our people
correct,
on that.
correct. And we're going to run off at the top of the hour for press conference too. So my brother, bear with us. As the manager said, we're going to do that as a separate podcast. That does more justice to it. So hold for us on that one. Hold for us on that one. We're gonna again. Let's take a couple more, and then we kind of tie them together in a bit.
Good afternoon, Sherrod,
Good
and
afternoon.
below the belt family. There are so many pressing matters, but the
Don't
most
tell me.
important one.
Plenty.
Why did Ashley Singh went to Parliament and won $44 something billion to do what?
4.7.
Yeah.
Sherrod, where all this money is
For
going?
legal fees, 100 million.
What are they really doing with these monies? You're not seeing anything.
Yeah.
What these monies are doing?
Yep.
When we find ourselves in this country, it will be too late. We will end up worse like Venezuela.
Yep.
We already lining up to get sugar, and you're only entitled to 2 packs. It would get worse than that. And you know what amazes me?
Tell us.
PPP supporters, they sees nothing wrong with what they are doing.
Nothing.
They sees nothing wrong
Nothing
with
whatsoever.
what they're doing. There's a special place in hell for Mansour Nadir, because like nothing pertaining to the Guyanese people is not of utmost importance to Mansour Nadir.
It's not urgent.
Bara Jagdeo saga is not important to Mansour Nadir. The high cost of living isn't important to Mansour Nadir.
Correct.
What is really important to Mansour Nadir?
Correct.
What is really important? Only what PPP member of parliament tabled to the parliament. I just can't understand. But we Guyanese, we have to wake up.
That's right.
Some of us start smelling the coffee. When others started to smell the coffee, it will be too late. That's why I always admire persons that live in the outer world, like Suriname and Sri Lanka and those other countries, even the United States of America. Because you know what? Those people, they have constitutions and they have the laws that govern their country. And they stick by it.
Correct.
If the government cannot obey the laws,
the people will make them obey the law. I can remember an African man say, if you don't follow the law is going to follow you.
Correct.
And it has begun. Thank you very much.
Correct. That's the head of the state that fired the whole set of folks the other day. The whole set of cabinet minister for corruption. You know, his prime minister and so on, they were indicted for corruption. He dismissed all of them. He said, you got to obey the law. We have to obey the law. We'll take another contributor.
Morning, Mr. Duncan. The same thing that the parliamentarian talk about just when she talk in parliament. Up to now, the people in London doing the same work. And up to now, they haven't received no money. No, every day they're going at the bank and no money is not in the account. For some 10 days work what they got these people doing in Region 10. The people are saying up to now they ain't get no
jobs.
salary from the government.
The part-time job. I'm happy you raised
Good
that.
afternoon, Mr. Duncan. Good afternoon, Mr. Nanza Watson Nazir. I was listening yesterday at Parliament. Just now I was listening to Mr. the AG whenever when no case saying how you went at the same place and you were sitting next to he and he see how much time you go back for dal and this and that. They talking nothing about the cost of living and the high cost of living. What poor people have to face. He ain't talking about
deflecting.
When you talk in Parliament, he bringing a different view from when you talk in Parliament. How you coming to the Parliament and talking and say about how other people eating the Korea and this and poor people suffering. If poor people suffering, poor people suffering when you talk in Parliament is right.
Yes.
You're right. It's exactly because they don't want to hear the truth or nothing but the truth to help me God. PPP never want to hear the truth.
That's right.
And the truth will never set them free. Let them make it come out. Let them make it come out of government. Let them make it come out because poor people suffering. And I was talking about Granger never do this and Granger never do the. Look how much thing
Granger do. Look
how much thing all they know for do is thief in the money right, left and center. And fall in the pocket. How this thing disturbing me. When Minister Nandalal talking in Parliament, it disturbed me.
Yep, pocket scams. Amanza. The truth hurts, Amanza. It hurts.
Well, you know, first of all, it would make Anil's year if I should sit next to him to have lunch. So I think he was just expressing his hope that maybe one day I will grace him with my presence. But that apart, the call is absolutely right. But you have to ignore people like Anil and them, man. A drowning man clutches at a straw, and that is all they're doing. The people of Guyana are seeing their callousness on full display, and so they will clutch at any little distraction to be able to, you know, move attention from the fact they are screwing up royally and that they're messing this country up and that they're lying to the people of Guyana and that they really don't have a plan. The PPP not ready for this age of information. They ruled in the last 23 years of their iteration with absolute domination and control. They never catered for the social media. They try to lock us out of the traditional media, but here we are using these alternatives to get the message out to the people. But Sherrod, Jaretta, like we always say, there is only so much we can do and no more.
Yeah.
The people of Guyana have to decide that we are not going to live like animals whilst you and your cronies live high off of us, off of the taxpayers' money.
Correct.
We cannot make that decision for the people of Guyana. We can only bring the information to them.
Yep, correct. Folks, share the live, smash that emoji button. Let's take some other contributors. As to the tweet, if you want to add anything, go right ahead.
No, I think that the caller is correct. And the one thing that I do want to add is the fact that, you know, just a few years ago, when it comes to the sitting of the National Assembly and so forth, person living in the outlying regions and so did not have the opportunity to actually see what goes on, and actually view the debates in real time at the level of parliament.
Yeah.
This is something new. I say it all the time that the PvP has never dealt with it before. They don't know how to treat with the information age, and they will learn a brutal lesson about it.
They're ready for it, folks. They're not ready for it. Rock and come in. Mike
Good
is
day,
yours.
Sharon.
Good day,
To you
sir.
and the two lovely ladies. I want a man to address where your landlord saying that she went back more than one time to eat food. And the song by Guilty Tappy by saying then she was sitting next to him and you see she went back 2 times with the dog curry and see other people online saying anything that she thought the dog curry and dal choke and this and that kind
The
of
problem
ignorance.
is not the food eaten. The problem let me speak. The point she was making is that we at Parliament got a lot of food to eat. She never said she didn't eat any.
She said we. I think
She said
she was
we
very
just eat a set
clear.
of food. We just had with duck curry
Okay,
and with this and with
I
that.
think persons
Like
need to
English language is so difficult for
persons
folks.
need to understand is that the sitting of parliament, lunch is provided for the persons there, and she's saying that
While we have food here to
a
eat.
full course meal is being provided there, and
Lord have
persons
mercy.
outside is starving, and we must not forget that because we're there to represent the people of the
Yes.
country.
Yes. It wasn't the case who eat and who didn't eat, who didn't want food and who didn't want food.
Well,
That
and I
was
was
not the
trying to say
point.
that he didn't eat or something like that. I'm not sure.
Right?
Adults just trying to
He did
do
the
what
wrong
they
things.
always do. They
You gotta
try
drink
to
some holy
deflect
water, maybe you
and
win a
move
couple cases.
the conversation from what it really is. The conversation is, and we struggled
Is that the
dearly
people in this
to
country
pull them
suffering?
back into the
Well, you can say
reality.
because a man eat little food at Parliament, does the reason why?
No, but the
Speak,
thing,
man.
I said one thing yesterday in my presentation. I said that there are many people in the house that does not understand the struggles because they've never walked that way
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
And he was
They
saying
hear the whole
he was trying
presentation,
to heckle
right?
something when I was saying, and I said the honorable, the honorable member, Mr. Nandalal, may not be able to relate
Yeah,
to those
I heard that.
persons.
They heard a whole presentation. That all they get from that is a man says she didn't eat any food. So the thing now is who eat and who eat, and not the guy in these
Jesus,
people. It's typical PPP.
they're different. Well,
They heard a whole presentation. And all they got from that is a man just said, "I didn't eat any food." That's all they got from it. Let's take another contributor. Don't waste time on that. Marla, Michael Street.
Yeah, sure, them. Yeah. When Chetty went in forward, when Chetty in Parliament, Chetty throw away peas and flour and rice, the whole of Parliament. They forgetting them things though. And the government, they do a lot of bad things in this in the party too when they went in.
Don't know why Marla's
You
VN
have to
is so
respect
low.
for them and fight because
Marla's a little low there. Sorry, Marla's a little low. Don't even want the folks to start complaining. Sorry, Marla. You know we always put you through, but that one is a little low for us. I don't know what's the cause.
Good afternoon, Mr. Duncan.
Good
I
afternoon,
was
ma'am.
watching a man's presentation
Mm-hmm.
yesterday. That
Mm-hmm.
was a fantastic job.
Yeah.
She make
Only they know who eating who it. We're not going to take any calls, folks. Apologies. Go ahead, my sister. Go right ahead.
the whole Guyana and the entire world was so proud of her presentation. But my observation, the reason why did the speaker command for her mic to be muted? No, because when they go into parliament, they want to just go and demand whatever they want, and no one is to say anything.
Talk the
And
things,
that's
my
not
sister.
how
Talk
House
the
of
things.
Assembly go. You have the opposition side and you have the ruling side, and everybody has to put whatever plan they have to the table, and then you vote on it. And to my observation, Guyana is heading down a dictatorship,
Yeah.
and if the opposition do not put the foot on the ground, oh my God, I
Catch
am
it with
sorry for
dinner.
that country. That's a very beautiful country. Guyana have so much resources, and look what we
Catch it
come
with
back. We
dinner.
have to line up for sugar. I remember when I was a little girl growing up in Guyana, when we had to line up for flour and milk, and so Guyana did not produce those things. Linden Fab Samson Burnham allow us to line up and forget flour and milk because he said for us to make sure whatever we plant we make the use of. So in those days we used it to make rice flour, plantain flour, cornmeal, corn, you make the cornmeal to do whatever you have to do. So I don't see now they would use that to say when was in Bornham time we had to be lining up, but those were not things that Guyana produced. You guys have a fantastic Friday and a fantastic weekend, and you guys just keep up the good work. One day, this too shall pass. This will soon be over. It won't be long. This will be over. You guys have a fantastic evening. Bye bye.
Yep. You too as well. Thanks for your contribution here, folks. Look, Forbes Burnham died since when? 37 years ago. Right? And we still trying to bury him. 37 years ago, and we still refer to what Burnham do. What did you do in 23 years? What did you do in the last two? You had 24 of the 37 years that Burnham has died. Well, 25, it's 23 they had first, nah? And 20 and now 2. 25. I hope I get the years right. 37 years. 1985, Burnham died. 37 years, we still talking about Burnham. Right? We ain't talking about Charlie, Burnham we talking about. 37 years after his death.
I'm definitely not speaking about.
So it's there we're going back with the lights.
I don't take dragged into those conversations because it is just there to deflect from the real issues that are facing us right there. The dynamics of the economy and global politics and all of that was different then to what it is right now. We need to deal with the issues at hand.
Correct.
We need to deal with globalization and how
let's
it
go
has
back into Cold War
impacted
if it's
the
37
economic
years or whatever.
makeup of your country right now.
Yeah.
We cannot be going back there. The
Yeah.
issues that Burnham dealt with are not the issues that we're dealing with right now. And that's
All
why I
right.
refuse for people to drag
Folks,
me back there.
we got a couple of seconds left. So we close off with the podcast. Let's try to play what we have. Amanda, if you want to make an interjection, go right ahead. An intervention. If not, we're going to take some of the contributors and we're going to wrap up.
Good afternoon,
Let's take some
MPs.
contributors.
Thanks, Amanda.
The masses in Guyana should stop sleeping and wake up and protest, or else nothing will change. Nothing will change.
That's right. Nothing will change. You're the right path.
This installed government behaves as though they have a transport for Guyana and the natural resources in Guyana belongs to them. How can a government have so many natural resources, collected so much money, and don't help?
We're not taking any more calls, folks. Apologies there. Go right ahead.
It's people, poor people, in this crucial time of need. It's unconscionable. It's really, really unconscionable. And in regard to the Speaker of the National Assembly or whatever, Parliament or whatever, he is so disrespectful.
Folks, we can't take any calls, please.
And prejudiced towards the opposition in Parliament. Over 200,000 voted for the opposition, and he behaves as though he's another minister in government and he is there only for the PPP and doesn't need to hear anything from the opposition.
Correct.
It is ridiculous.
Correct.
It's ridiculous. My gosh. What is happening in Guyana?
My gosh, indeed. Folks, we're not going to be able to get through all of this. I see folks still sending us voice notes. We're not going to be able to get through all of them, but we're gonna have some of them for you tomorrow.
It was a slip of the tongue. I meant the opposition, not the government.
All right, that's my brother who spoke with us early on. Yep. Fast and nasty, we love it. Slip of the tongue, he says.
Sure, Duncan. Look, let me tell you something.
Mhm.
Guyana had a change of government 2092. Rwanda had a Pasakar 94. Look at Rwanda today and look at Guyana.
Yeah.
PP had 23 years
Yep.
to run the country.
Yep.
And look what they do with Guyana. Instead of Guyana go up, Guyana keep going down. All they're doing is filling the pocket and selfishness. Look at sugar industry today. When IT was running it, trucks, everything Guyana had at the sugar industry. Now sugar industry get nothing. Not even a little roof as it leaking.
Yep. Yep.
Without a coalition government, Guyana go nowhere because the PPP cannot run country. Check India, check Pakistan, check Sri Lanka. They cannot run country. All is selfishness. And without the people come together and put good leadership, the country can't go nowhere.
Without good leadership, the country can't go anywhere. I think that is a very good way for us to wrap up the program today. On that note.
Folks, I want to say, as Amanda joins us, we're going to take the other voice notes tomorrow. We all the time, and we got to run off to prep for a press conference. That I do not subscribe. To that thought process that because you're black, let me put it from that standpoint, you can't lead. And we know that resonates with a lot of people, but that's wrong. So we do not subscribe to, because, an economy, a country might be in a certain dire straits economically, it's due to the ethnicity of the leadership, right? Because Barack Obama taught us and showed us that you could be black and you could lead with charisma, you could lead well, you can get everything right. And Mr. Granger as well. Right? And you could do so with dignity, with honesty. And we've had tremendous Indian leaders, not only locally, but internationally as well. So I'm not prepared to go down that road. I don't have sufficient evidence to say that because you're ethnically a certain way, you're not fit to lead. Right? And I think the science is not in that direction at all either. So I don't want to go down that way. Amanda, Judy, as we wrap up, guys, I promise you we're going to play the other contributions that you sent tomorrow. But we really pressed for time today, and had we not had this press conference pressing on us at the other end, we would have continued until we've exhausted all of the contributions you've sent. Right? But we thank you for sending them nonetheless. Amanda.
Sharon, I think the clarification that you gave is important. I think this is why forums such as this one is so important, are so important because they allow this type of robust debate, and it also allows the presentation of information. Look, as you go through life, the older you get, the one thing that you understand very clearly, that the only constant thing is change.
Correct.
It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to change your opinion about a particular political party. It is okay to disagree with your government if they are in power or if they're the ruling party. We must understand, if you believe in a creator and he has given you free will to choose, why is it that you feel that you are bound to earthly man with some sense of loyalty that would say, man, look, even if you are giving me filth to eat, I will eat it gladly rather than betray you. That goes against every tenet of proper human evolution. And we have got to start having these hard conversations with Guyanese. I grew up in a mixed village. My best friends throughout my teenage years were Indian people. So I am not at liberty. It is not in my psyche to feel that way. Now, people's socializations may be different. They may have been socialized in a manner that allows them to come to the conclusion that I can't trust you. But to stay there is retrogressive. At all times, we have to, as a people, endeavor to grow. We have to, as a people, endeavor to make Guyana a better place. And by doing that, we have to first see each other as human. Period. And I'm saying to you that we could literally, we have a national song that says, "Make here a paradise, land of our birth."
Correct.
Matt, Sherrod, you have some special type of human to take satisfaction in your brother going without. How do you see a brother and your sister starving? How do you see your brother and your sister struggling? As in your brother and sister in terms of the human race. And you cannot call out to say, do better by these people.
Correct.
We are the crossroads. And like I said, for me, I take solace in the fact that every day that I get up, I use my voice and I speak. I use whatever is at my disposal to say to our people that better is possible
Correct.
and that we must
Agreed.
demand more. And I would have discharged the whole burden of my obligation.
Agreed, Amanza. You put it aptly. And folks, on that note, Rita, you want to add anything as we bid farewell for now from our loyal listeners?
Well, I think Amanza makes a very important point there, and yourself as well. And as young members of parliament, and young political leaders altogether, we have to be very resolute in our call. That we judge based on the content of your character,
Correct.
as it was said
Another
there.
complexion, your color.
Yeah, that should be the last thing.
Yeah.
I think you speak about it so often, and Amanda as well would know this. And say justice
Yeah.
should be blind.
Yeah.
When
And you
it
know what?
comes
I'm
to
happy my brother raised that because uh, Great Britain is going through some throes right now. The fellow Rishi Sunak is a bright fellow. Been to the right schools. He's been what do you call it, Amanzo? Of the exchequer, chancellor of the exchequer, right? Nobody had a problem with his skin color then, None of the people now making all these lives about, his four parents are from some place. But see, when you want the top job, PvP ain't got no problem with black people, save and except when you're in the part. When you ain't doing nothing, you ain't saying nothing, you have no consequence to them, you got to go.
save and accept if a black person within their rank wants to be the leader of the party.
Exactly.
Save and accept.
Rishi
for
Sunak
that.
and had no trouble with them. They had a problem with me wife went. If she come out and serve the reporters with fancy teacup, if he wore some expensive shoes to go to some downtrodden party, they had no problem when he was Chancellor of the Exchequer because he knew his place. That was the place he was given. He had to be content with that. A Caucasian man, give him that place. Chancellor of the Exchequer. But now he wants a different place. Right? Some of them are saying only a certain pigmentation. Never mind some pigmentations that have gone before that. It's a shame that Levy smelt the office of 10 Downing Street. And we could transpose that to the US. You put Trump next to Barack Obama, it's chalk to cheese. But then by the same token, you've had some good white Caucasian presidents. By the same token. Right? So if you reduce it to just that argument, is the color of your skin going to dictate how well you lead? No. That won't hold water for long. I'm telling you that. Don't put stock in that. That won't hold water for very long at all. Right? But when you go to England, My brothers and sisters who hear and saying that black people shouldn't lead. They go to England and white people say Indian people shouldn't lead. Where we there? Rishi Sunak is wealthy. The folks said he took, his combined wealth with his wife is 800 and something million pounds. Come wealthy. You know what holding me back? Skin color. Went to all the right schools. Wealthy in all the upper echelons. But the prime ministership there, I hope he gets it. I hope he gets it. You know the only thing really holding you back? Huh? Skin color. Skin color. That's what holding him back. And if we continue down that road, cat it with hair, texture, skin color, content and character, that is what matters. That is what matters. Content and character. Who you're bringing in your living room, who gets all the agreements, who gets all the support. Those are the things that matter. Right? But we can start another show if we continue going. Amanza, thanks for joining us. And Jurida, thanks for joining us.
Sherrod. Stay well.
Yes,
Loretta,
folks.
stay
Yes,
well,
folks.
dearie.
We're hastening on to our press conference. At the top of the 1 o'clock hour, the Alliance for Change have a press. Guys, do join us at that end. 2 o'clock, at the top of the 1 o'clock hour. The top. The mass meeting with the neighbor. See you guys soon. Stay well, folks. Smash that emoji button for us. Share the live. Partner with us too. See you guys soon. That's it for us to listen.